Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. It is 11:30 on Monday morning, and I have a little unboxing to do. I'm also just going to do a little bit of a ramble about my decision to stop doing the Ascended Heroes Master Set. I'm making it out to be this big thing, but for a lot of people, like, oh dude, it's just a Master Set. It was a thing for me because I wanted to try and get the community involved in it and try and get as much done as I could, but, you know, we'll come back to it later on. I want to open these first. So, Emma over at Rip Them Packs was so kind to grab me two of these down in Kerry and post them up to me on Friday. I've not had great luck with these boxes at all. I've opened two and I've already owned the Alola stars. So I bought Rowlet, Litten and Poplio on the Friday these came out, just in fear that I wouldn't end up getting my own box of them. Cool, bought them from Heart and Hustle, as I said in the last video. I opened one of these in my last video. I got the Alolan Trio again, so I sold those to try and get, you know, more of these, and fine. I was in Galway on Saturday with my partner Boyd, and of course there were some golden discs which I never thought I'd see them in person because, you know, up in Dublin there's pretty much nothing, and I said, yeah, I'll buy that because one of these was meant to be for Void, but I was like, no, I'll give it to Void, and of course the Alolan Trio were in it again. So Rowlet, Lit and Poplio have been in my life at least 3 times. If it happens anymore, I do think I am going to have developed some sort of mental disorder. So that Rowlet just started foaming at the mouth. The same as what I said with Aaron, Pokenation Era last week. The same thing I have to say to Emma. This community is so beyond lonely. I don't think that's spoken about enough. I know Dino and the lads that do the podcast, they are very expressionate of people in the community and how great they are, but I don't think it's spoken about enough in general. The Irish Pokemon community, especially the Irish Pokemon collecting community, are some of the nicest people you will ever encounter. I mean that genuinely. I think it's a very underrated community. I think it's not spoken about enough how much of a difference those people make to people's lives, to other collectors' lives, to kids' lives at cons, you know, handing out free cards and all that kind of stuff. It's a nice thing to see, and I'm glad that, you know, there's not as much toxicity as there would be in other communities, unfortunately, that I've been a part of growing up, but I don't want to jinx anything. So we have 2 packets of Mega Evolution and 2 of the Star Packs. If these are both Alola, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, Mega Evolution. Again, a Delibird would be nice. Yes, I know there's a Lucario and a Venusaur in here. Delibird would be nice. I was about to start opening that myself. I forgot I was recording for a second. Gimmighoul, Sizzlipede, Nuzleaf, Sandslash, Shuckle, Intense Surge, Ninetales, Tyrogue, Bulbasaur, Mega Kangaskhan. We take those. I'm trying to be more positive today, if you couldn't tell. Second Mega Evolution pack, which I can't open for some reason. But how have you guys been doing? How has your collection been going? What are you focusing on at the moment? I know for me, I'm focusing on Perfect Order and my personal collection. I think Ascended Heroes just took too much of my time and money to really have sat down and thought about what I want to do. I know it's not the SAR, but we take those. That's getting graded. Anyway, that looks in good nick. We take that. But I never really stop and ask people what they're collecting. You know, aside from the odd person who posts on their story or on their Instagram what they're collecting, I don't know what a lot of people are collecting. So please feel free to share that below. Like, what are you collecting? What is your goal? What is your personal collection? Are you looking for the sleepy Pokemon? Are you trying to do nature themed pages? Are you trying to do bull themed pages? I don't know. Something. Pip up. Have I gotten a hit in every pack so far? We take those Charizards though. I love that card. Let's see. I recorded a video on the 20th of March, so 10 days ago, about last Friday I think it was. I received a order from Grailguard up in England of slab protectors for my Ace slabs, and I never posted the video because I was talking to the likes of Ali and Dino, and they were like, look, you know, edit it, make some clips out of it. And Ali was showing me, thank you Ali, on CapCut how to clip stuff, how to split stuff, how to get rid of chunks of stuff. So that's my goal for today. I have it here. Hopefully I can post it tomorrow because this one's going up today. But it's just something to tweak away at. It's a funny video. There's something about wasps. If you are over 18, maybe do a wasp shot counter, because I say the word wasp about 50 times. I'm hoping that the Alolan Trio aren't here again. I cannot take the heartbreak of the Alolan Trio again. I'm not looking. I'm refusing to look. Okay. Oh! Yes! Oh my god! Emma, you legend. Oh my god. I didn't think I'd get those. I was like, oh, maybe I get the Sinnoh Trio. We're jumping into this one. Hang on. My mood has significantly changed. I'm not looking again. This could be the Alolan Trio. I don't know. That's a code card, I think. Yeah. Okay. No way! I finished the set! Oh my god! God, for the rest of the video I was going to talk about my change in collection, but collect the Sound Heroes, which is a bit of a gloomy part, but I don't know how to top that now. Oh my god! I didn't think I'd finish that. Okay. Anyway, I was out in a cup. I'm just going to continue on for that. I'll come back to that at the end. Oh my god. So I participated in a cup challenge in reroll games in Navan yesterday. Now, for those of you that don't play the TCG, the way the TCG works is every week you have your local events. So for me, my local events will be Jervis Street, which I don't really go to. My main hub at the moment is Borden Bruton Dunleary. Love the place to bits. Will always endlessly promote them. Love them. And then Fridays is War Chest. Now, Scaries, I've got a place called Otter Space, but it's on a Sunday, so it's a little bit trickier for me to get to, so I haven't been there yet. But once a month, you'll have a league challenge. That's to get some points onto your Pokemon Play account. Once you hit a certain amount of points, you can get so I believe, now I'm not as advanced because I haven't gotten to that point, but you get something called Ace Trainer prizes, like an Ace Trainer card or whatever. And it also helps you qualify for, say, World Championships. And then once every quarter, so once every 3 months, each shop will have a cup. Cups are where you see people getting the Champions Play mats, like a Charizard that says Champion at the bottom. I participated in one of those yesterday. Last time I entered a cup, I believe was December 29th in the same shop. And I came third yesterday, which was insane considering I literally, if you'd see my video, re-jumbled that deck very last minute. And, you know, while I was sitting there, I was realising I couldn't really buy packs because there was this guilt on me. And the unfortunate reality is when I was younger, I say younger, like 16, 17, I had a gambling problem, like for gacha games on my phone, because when I got my phone credit, 3 had this deal where you kept the credit as digital spending for like Spotify, Apple Music, audiobooks, or in-game currency. And there was a game called Dokkan Battle from Dragon Ball. I used to be in that community as an Instagrammer, funny enough. But I would spend hundreds a month on that game, hoping to get an LR or the new hit or whatever. Sorry, there's someone cutting the grass outside. The newest LR, the newest hit, or the newest chase. And I literally went back and found emails from 16-year-old me giving out to like Bandai and Toei Animation, saying, look, I paid €100 in your game. I should not be at the age of 16, 17 spending €100 in your game and not pulling a single chase or whatever. But is that not exactly what we're doing here? And I realised that in the excitement of Ascended Heroes, I'm hoping that cannot be heard. That's really disturbing. In the wake of Ascended Heroes, I spend a lot more than I probably should have trying to master set that. And I was sitting there last night talking to a few lads after the cup, and they were like, look, man, be realistic here. How much does that Pikachu cost? How much does that gold Dragon or Charizard cost? What about the Dragonite? What about the Gengar? Those 4 cards alone cost 2.2k. For 4 cards, I needed another 80, and most of them were SARs. And the fact that I couldn't even finish the commons and the hollows because most people didn't have them really kind of gave way to me thinking, right, this isn't really doable, especially from my financial standpoint. And the fact of the matter was, I was opening packs and I was miserable. It was like Prismatic. It was the same Prismatic. I was chasing that high and I couldn't get it. And, You know, I was talking to Sean from PW Card Co about it last night, that like I'm quite embarrassed about it, because like I do have a problem with chasing those kind of highs. So what I've done is I'm not master setting special sets like that, not now anyway, especially in my financial situation that I could be moving out soon. It's not worth it for me. I think sets like Perfect Order are literally, no joke intended, perfect for master setting. Like I opened probably more than I should have, but with Perfect Order I only have 10 cards left, or 15, and like they're cheap enough. That's it. But again, if people watch my videos long enough, you'll know that I'm not the luckiest person in the world. I don't get SARs. I don't get the big chase cards. Not often. Not in English. You know. So I think what I've had to do, and what I've realized, is I need to step back. I need to realize, okay, I want to enjoy this and still play the card game. Like I was sitting there playing cards yesterday, and all I could think about was how much money have I spent in cards since I got paid 5 days ago. That's not what I should be thinking. I should be able to go play cards with people and go out for drinks after or whatever. And unfortunately, I'm left thinking about money. I have that money anxiety, which is unfortunate, because I want to save for a car. I want to start getting on that ladder of being an adult and doing adult things, but also having a hobby. So I need to find that balance. And I'm glad I had the realization when I did, because if I'd had it any later, I'd have no savings left. Yada yada. The hone binder is not stopping, because that's an easy one to attain. That's just something you chip away at over time, which I'm thankful for. Perfect Order, realistically I could have that finished, in 2 weeks. Just cheap singles. That's grand. And then my slabs, I just want to work and chip away at my illustration collection of my slabs. Like, cards as lovely as this should not have been sitting in a master set rotting away. Like, I'm slabbing this. Like, these cards were sitting in a binder gathering dust because it was a completionist thing to do. Why? You know, and I've come to realize that, like, master setting isn't always going to be for me. Smaller sets like this or Chaos Rising, absolutely. Because not only are they playable, but the cards are beautiful and they're not getting scalped to Kingdom Come. But sets like Ascended Heroes, there's some cards I'm going to want out of it. Like Steven's Metagross, I think I have it here, hang on. Steven's Metagross was my main chase for Ascended Heroes. I didn't pull them. I opened pack upon pack upon pack upon pack to get them. And I ended up buying them off of Card Catcher Vending. You know? So the fact of the matter is, like, these two cards, the fact that came with an ETB is insane. That is a beautiful card. But the fact of the matter is, with all the money I spent on Ascended Heroes, I could have bought this and finished my home binder and maybe put in a couple of cards to an ace submission. That's what I mean. So, special sets, yeah, they're cool to open, but if I'm pumping money into something for content to get nothing and just fuel an addiction I already dealt with in the past, it's not worth it for me. Realistically, I'm going to be collecting cards I want. If a new set comes out and I don't really care about it, sure, I'll pick up a few pieces from it. Like Chaos Rising, I'm going to be picking up AZ's Floette. I'm going to be picking up AZ's card of his full art. I'm planning to play a Floette deck. So I need Floettes. I need Tower, Orange Tower, however you say it. I need that water energy for my water deck, that special kind of... do I have an example over here? I probably do. The water energy, it's not there, it's fine. There's certain cards I need. But blowing money on booster boxes, sure, I'll buy one. But then I'm left with bulk I don't need. You know, I don't really want that. I'd rather just go and buy what I need. So, Ascended Heroes Master Set is done. Anything I don't want in my collection, I'm either going to sell or find someone to trade it up to. But yeah, Hone Binder is still there. It still exists. You can best believe that's going into the Hone Binder. Are you kidding? But yeah, I hope that made sense. This wasn't meant to be a sob story. It was just meant to be an explanation, because look at that. Look at that spread. Come on. But look, for those of you who have supported me and who understand, I do thank you sincerely, because it's a learning journey for me. It's a learning curve. I think things differently. I do things differently. So it takes me a little longer. But for those of you who've been patient, for those of you who've been so kind, thank you. I hope we'll have another video tomorrow. I believe Bex from I always forget her handle. I'm gonna have to put her handle on screens. I keep forgetting her handle. I have Navan and I have a God. Why am I forgetting? These are the ums and the es Ali's telling me to cut out. Navan and the Meowth EX coming from Bex towards the master set, and I have 13 cards left for Perfect Order. I have a new deck that I'm working on that I might do a video about because I want to show off some gameplay of it once I've figured it out. And yeah, but that's everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And if you're off for these 2 weeks like I am for Easter, I hope you have a lovely break. If you're not, I am so sorry that you have to work. Either way, whether you're at home with your kids, you're at home by yourself, you're out chilling on the beach, wherever you are, have a lovely time, have a lovely day, and thanks for tuning in. Take care.